They call him Vikka, drivers, sunglasses 24/7, long dark hair just like a girl. Thinks he's Neo from the Matrix. Oh dear. He's just Vikka Travis, thinks he's Neo from the Matrix, but he's just Vlad's bitch. He's just Vikka Travis, thinks he's Neo from the Matrix, but he's just Vlad's bitch. Flat earther thinks everyone lies, other flat earthers he thinks they're spies. Pretends to be a truther, he talks about freedom, but does whatever Vlad says, he's his bitch. He's just Vikka Travis, thinks he's Neo from the Matrix, but he's just Vlad's bitch. He's just Vikka Travis, thinks he's Neo from the Matrix, but he's just Vlad's bitch. And there's his little buddy, goes by a double J. He's got a pathetic beard, he thinks he looks like a sage. Well, just like his buddy, he thinks he knows the truth, but he does whatever Vlad says, he's his bitch too. They're just Vikka Travis, thinks he's Neo from the Matrix, but he's just Vlad's bitch. He's just Vikka Travis, thinks he's Neo from the Matrix, but he's just Vlad's bitch.
And now, from the mean streets of Essex, England, this is Whatcast.
Hello, this is Matt and this is Whatcast Live. Welcome everybody that's coming into the chat already there. Hopefully you enjoyed that little bit of Vikka Travis there for a bit of a laugh. I think I'll always open up with a song now. It's very easy to just make them on Suno. So today on the live, Flat Earth Dave has been bothering students again. I haven't watched it, but I will be on this live here. Please smash the like button, as they say. Also, we've got potentially some more Flat Earth Dave. I started to watch something earlier on with him on some show with a pair of fools that believed him. And I've got some Vikka Travis. Vikka Travis... Vikka Travis is... what is he doing now? Further collapse of the final experiment thanks to Neil deGrasse Tyson. Or Dear Ass, as he calls him. Right? We've got to love a bit of Vikka. Cheers, chat. Hello all. Big Fish, Roger, Davids, and Fornicated, CMS, Michael. Who have I missed here in the chat? Nismo, Boston Concerts, Jason Gibson, Invitarelli, really, is it? I think that was all that's written things so far. Canadian Space Advocate. Right, cheers everybody. Let's get on with this then. So, let's play this first. So we've got Flat Earth Dave. I haven't lined this one up, have I? No, it's fucked. Okay, I don't know what's going on there. So let's bring that up there. That's better. So this is Flat Earth Dave talking to a student and getting her to admit that she's been indoctrinated, apparently. So let's check it out.
Student here.
Hi.
What is your name?
I'm Natasha.
Natasha. And you're a student where?
Western Washington University.
Right. And she interviewed Mark Sargent.
Yes, I did.
But she's interviewing about the community. And I said to her, but what if someone put a gun to your head, flat or globe? And she said globe. And I said, do you want to go live on TikTok? And she agreed. So I'm trying to get somebody to hold the camera so we can both be on camera. So I said to you, gun to your head, flat or globe. So there must be a reason.
Yes. I guess, well, I've been kind of thinking about why do I believe that? And because I'm an English major. And so all sciencey stuff kind of goes in one ear out the other. But I think, I don't know. I mean, I'm at a university, and so faith in institutions and faith.
So it's a religious belief.
Yeah. Yeah. Totally.
So you totally admit that it's a religious belief.
Absolutely.
That's why you believe the Earth is a globe.
Yeah.
If you believe in something.
Well, if she says it, I mean, that's evidence enough for me. There's a student there that has just said that she thinks that the globe is a religious belief because she's obviously not looked into this in any way. So therefore, she's just said it's a religious belief. Therefore, it's good enough for Dave. Complete evidence. Like when he attacked that 625-year-old woman in the old people's home, and asked her if she learnt flat Earth at school. Like she remembers school. Like she remembers being 100. That was 500 years ago.
You have to have some proof of it. Otherwise, it's just a pure faith-based religion.
Yeah.
So are we done? It's a faith-based religion?
Yeah.
Well, thanks everybody. That's all we have.
Yeah.
Dave loves that. Loves those sort of interviews. Ain't got to do anything. If she know the slightest thing about it, Dave would have been getting all defensive. Notice he still hasn't grown a neck. That's weird, isn't it?
But I'm interested because you probably don't get that response.
Let me ask you. Well, that's an intellectually honest response, but it's also a little.
What the fuck would you know about intellectually honest?
A word that I'm not allowed to say on TikTok. So
he's a TikToker now.
If all balls have curvature.
Right.
So if the Earth is a globe, it has a required amount of curvature over a certain amount of distance.
Yes.
So do you know how much curvature there is in 3 miles?
Nope.
Okay, it's 6 feet.
Okay.
And in 10 miles, it's 66 feet.
Oh, here we go.
So if you were standing at the edge of perfectly calm water, you can only see the surface of the water about 3 miles because then it'll be below the curve.
Right.
So if something's below the curve, you can't see it, right?
Yeah.
You and I are outside and I duck behind a hill. Can you see me?
No.
Of course not.
Yeah.
I'm blocked by a physical curve, just like the Earth.
Yeah.
But we can see things that are far beyond the physical limits of a globe.
No, you can't. You can see things that are slightly beyond it.
How would you reconcile that in your religion?
I don't know. I would ask a scientist.
So a scientist, that's a deferring to authority fallacy. So somebody that read a book, memorized.
Yeah, deferring to authority fallacy. If your toilet was overflowing, don't defer to a plumber because that's a fallacy. Do it yourself. Do your own research into the pipe.
What was in that book and regurgitated it, so you trust them.
Because that's all they ever did was learn a book. They never actually applied any of it in the real world.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm just.
What's the chat saying? What's the chat saying?
I'm just all excited.
All right.
That's good.
Telling everybody.
Is he with Angels of Shite? Is he? Yeah, he's Wank Juice. CK. Cleavage K in the house.
All right. So I have to be able to get through to you because you're the future of America.
Yeah.
All right? You're the future of the world.
Yeah.
You can't just go through life believing in things that are fake. You can, but that's not good for the world.
Why? That's what you do. I know, you don't believe in the things that are fake, do you? You just profit from the things that are fake. And the latest thing with Shiva and all that malarkey is fell apart now. Dave backed the fuck out of that, didn't he? You mean you need me to come up with an experiment that we can actually test? I'm out.
World.
Yeah.
You want to make a difference in the world? It matters.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, do you believe in God?
No.
It's a good question, right? When I was your age, I didn't.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No.
When you was 2 years ago, you didn't. Now suddenly you do. Why is that? Is it because only the religious flirts remain? So now Dave's deeply religious now. Funny that he wasn't a couple of years ago, isn't it? Not just not deeply, he wasn't at all. thought it was bollocks.
I
But
didn't grow up religious. no.
what if you actually took the time and looked at the Earth and realized it is flat, which means it's intelligently designed, which means that you don't have to believe in anything. You have to understand that.
Yeah, because if you believe in God, you've got to know that he's definitely too thick to make a globe. He definitely couldn't do that, God. He's all seeing, all doing, can do anything he wants, but a solar system would be too difficult for him.
There is someone that created it, because it can't just create itself. So wouldn't that be important to know?
It would. Yeah.
But you're at a point in your life that you just want to get an A.
No, of course. That's why I'm here. I want to, I'm here for you to tell me all these things.
Well, I don't want to. I want you to think.
Right.
Like when you said, the first thing you said is, "I'm not a scientist."
Yeah.
Right. Well, what is a scientist? A scientist is someone that uses their God-given common sense, critical thinking, and applies it to their life. Right.
I love Dave's definition of scientist. Critical thinking is all you need to be a scientist. You ain't got to do anything. Don't test anything. Don't do any experiments. Don't do science. Just look at a massive ball horizon, which you'd never detect curvature with your eyes because of the sheer size of it. Even though you can see curvature that way because there's a crisp horizon that just ends. And just say, well, that looks flat, therefore I'm a scientist.
Right?
Yeah.
Right? Can you walk through that post?
No.
Okay. Well, you're not a scientist. How do you know? Go try.
Well, that's the zeticism, right? So is that so that comes.
Well, let's not talk about where we see too far. So
Okay.
we can see, and you make sure you come to my presentation tomorrow
will,
because I have
for
some
sure.
stuff there.
Yeah.
We can see
Let's do the presentation at this school.
far, far, far beyond the limitations of a globe.
Yeah.
Right. Now, on a flat Earth, the horizon would just be optical, where the sky and the ground come together. But on a globe Earth, it's a physical curve.
Yeah.
But since we can see so far beyond it, and some of the measurements we have would say the Earth is 1,000 times bigger than they tell us. Well, if it's 1,000 times bigger, maybe there's thousands of continents. Isn't that important to know?
Yeah, of course.
Right? But it's not 1,000 times bigger as far because it's not a globe. There
Right.
is no curvature over any amount of distance.
Mhm.
Why do you still believe? Why are you holding on to that? Is it because that's what you were brought up with?
I think so. I guess I'm trying to not hold on to it while I'm here, and so I guess that.
Give up with the sinister music. I really hate this shit they do on TikTok and stuff. Doesn't make me think. Oh, what we need for this video is some sinister music in the background. That'll get all the cogs turning for the people watching this. Because Dave's toes ain't got enough to do it, unfortunately.
I'm trying to just be a blank slate, and so I want to be honest about what I've grown up with and what I
Well,
what I'm conditioned
Do
to
you believe
know.
in Santa Claus?
No.
Did you used to?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, your parents.
We can test Santa Claus, funny enough. Let's stop this for the first super chat of the night. Very generous Roger. Canadian dollars. Flat Earth Dave is a scientist as much as Vikka is a movie director in memory of Gizmo. Where is Gizmo? R.I.P. Gizmo. By the way, speaking of Vikka Travis, I'm going to play his song again later because I like it so much. I started up with a Vikka Travis song. Before we move on to Vikka on this live today, I'll play it again for those of you that weren't here. Cheers, Rog. First super chat of the day. Love it. Nice one. Oh, and cheers for the information earlier as well. I don't really know whether to cover it on this because I haven't got enough on it. But there's a thing about the tickets that they're trying to fake with old Vlad and that. Trying to fake tickets to discredit Jaron's ticket.
Parents told you that there was a Santa Claus, and then you grew up and you found out it wasn't true.
Yeah.
Do you wish you still believed in Santa Claus? Probably, right?
It would be
Bad
cool.
question.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, so you want to live in a fake world, or you want to live in a world where you really understand reality?
Is there?
Oh my God. Dave really understands reality, but he's still using the app with the debunked map on it, and is still pretending that Joe Hanvey's model could possibly be the true model, even though he's still selling a different model because he don't care. Money's money, right, Dave?
A way to really understand reality?
There is. We get closer to it. We're not on a ball. Here's the thing. The govern is to control.
Mhm.
Ment is the mind. So the mind control,
Okay.
they make laws, right, with a big L, that you have to abide by. But they're not God's laws. God is nature, and there's only natural law. But if you believe you live on their ball, you have to play by their ball field rules. Do you want to play by their rules? Do you want to give away
You're playing by their rules, Dave. You just pretend you don't.
half your money, when you make your money? Do you want to
Oh, is Dave admitting to not paying taxes?
not know that you're at the center of creation? Do you not want to live to your fullest potential? Because your mind can create the reality that you want, but they don't want
Dave's mind created the reality that he lives in.
you to know that.
Yeah. Well, but if my mind can create the reality that I want, then how do I know that it's like the truth?
Well,
Isn't it just my truth?
you can create what I mean by that is a lot of people, the way that they think dictates what happens to them in their lives.
Yeah.
If you're a negative person, you attract negative people.
Right.
And if you're a positive person,
Yeah, because Dave's mates with all of the... Well, he's not anymore, is he? But he was mates with all of the Flat Earth community, the nicest people in the world. They're all just so great and positive and trustworthy and truth-telling. And that's what Dave attracts, strangely. Wonder what that says about Dave.
you attract positive people. Birds of a feather flock together.
Yeah.
Attention goes where thoughts flow, or whatever that saying is.
If you don't know what it is, don't try and use it. Yeah, people in glass houses is worth two in a bush, or whatever that saying is, don't I?
Is that right? Attention flows where thoughts go, or where energy flows where attention goes. Either way, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So
No, try again.
when I first learned about flat Earth, first I ridiculed it, then I wouldn't look at it, and
Hey, he's going to tell his origin story. I'm always here for that. Whenever Dave, like this bird's literally, like I think when he first come along to this girl, she was like, yeah, whatever, mate. Yeah, Earth's flat, whatever. Just thinking I'll just agree with this prick and he'll fuck off. And he's still doing the script. Because she can't, oh, she's doing, yeah, that's right. Yeah, I totally agree. I'm a flat earther now, thanks. Yeah, let me tell you about my origin story. Look at my enormously ridiculous toes poking out of these ridiculous shoes that I'm wearing. Why has he got the, how has he got that thing around his neck when he ain't got a neck?
then I looked at it and I was like, okay, well, boats over the horizon. That's taken out of the water. Seasons, that actually proves flat Earth.
No, it doesn't. Please show how.
Sunsets, I'm like, that makes perfect sense on a flat Earth.
No, it doesn't. The way he says it, but just won't go on with it. Sunsets make perfect sense on a flat Earth. Funny, because I've never had that explained to me how that makes perfect sense on a flat Earth ever. Because it should slowly get smaller and smaller until it just fades away into the distance there. But it don't. It goes down below a physical sharp horizon. Horizontal horizon.
And all of the stuff. And then I said, well, what difference does it make? I still have to go to work on Monday.
Right. Yeah,
What difference does it
totally.
make? I still have to go to
God, does he not get bored of saying the same thing over and over again?
school.
Yeah.
I thought, it makes all the difference in
Yeah.
the world. Because I actually don't have to go to work on Monday. Although I work every day,
Yeah.
all day, and all night, but I do what I love. So, you know the saying, if you do what you love, you'll never work a day in your life.
Yeah.
So maybe, in school, you take math classes.
CMS, got to mention CMS while he's in here. Fantastic. Double J with Arnold that you did that song. So funny.
You have to by requirement, right?
Not anymore.
You did them
tested out
already
in
though.
high school.
You
Yeah.
did algebra, you did geometry, you did calculus. You didn't do you didn't get the calculus.
No,
right?
it's stats.
You got statistics and
The way he gives it, like, I don't have to go work, you go work. This is his work, what he's doing right here talking to this person. That is what he does for a living. So that is work. He's now grifting schools. Why the fuck they're letting him into schools? Especially after TFE. I don't understand. I really don't.
and accounting.
I never did that.
So you never did it.
Yeah.
But the math that they teach you in school is slave math. It's to make you go to
Slave math. Yeah, 2 + 2 in shackles equals 4 in shackles.
be able to go work for a government, work for a corporation,
Okay. Yes.
right? But you've never even heard of sacred geometry, have you? You might have heard it.
Yeah. No. But
right?
no. Yeah.
Vortex mathematics. Ever hear about that?
Not at all.
If you knew about those things,
Yeah.
it would change the way you see the world.
Yeah.
But they hide that information from you, right? You
It's
believe
a good job you got Dave to unhide it from you, isn't it? Oh, there's a flat earther in here. Thumbs down, thumbs down. Who's the flat earther? Reveal yourself in the chat. I always fancy a point and laugh.
in global warming?
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's all another complete and total hoax. Do you believe in overpopulation?
Not really.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
At least you're awake
Yeah.
to that. The population they give.
Yeah, Ian, whenever you like, mate. You can probably just come on and be a condescending prick again, like you always were, that cannot have your opinions challenged in any way because you know so much about everything, don't you, Ian? You can jump up now if you want, son. Come on and give it the fucking big one.
Us on the earth is it's less than half of what they're saying or less. I think it's closer to 2 to 3 billion, maybe less.
Yeah, Ian, nobody blocks you because you're a threat to anyone. People block you, and it's weird that everybody seems to because you're fucking ridiculous. And you'd never just know when to stop, but you've never got anything sensible to say. Have you still, are sports still fake, Ian? Even though you're a Celtic season ticket holder, aren't you? Does Celtic not win anything, really?
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's not that like you think that there could be more people. It's you
No,
think that there
first,
are
you ever
less.
fly across the United States?
Yeah.
There's nothing
Yeah,
there.
yeah. I know my flight here was
and they're
crazy.
lying about the numbers. Like if you take the top 50 cities in China and you look at their population, it's like not even it's like 900 million people or 1 billion people,
Mhm.
but they say there's 3 point something billion in China.
Yeah.
So there's 2 billion people living in the little
Yeah,
suburbs.
yeah.
Whoever mentioned about meeting up? You mentioned it when we were reasonably friendly before you left me about 85 messages in tears because I'd said something you didn't agree with to somebody else that had nothing to do with you. Like after that, it was like, okay, whatever. I'll be pleasant, but this bloke's a dick.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
It's an impossibility. Mojo, how you doing? Good. So going back to Flat Earth
Super
Globe,
chat. Hang on a
I have
second.
$1 million. You can
Here, Ian, is your mate Flat Earth Davey. Someone just said to me, Daredevil blocks attacks with his face. Spider-Man blocks attacks with his loved ones. I don't understand that, Tim, but thanks for the super chat.
if you guess the
CK.
right one, and we know the truth, right?
CK Super Chat Cleavage K. Before I jump off my Apple computer, oh yeah, it's got to do without the Apple devices, and listen on my phone, I better Super Chat. Oh my goodness, wouldn't want to use my phone. Enjoy your juice. Wank juice. All the best. Cheers, CK.
So now,
Right.
with what I'm talking about, you got your religion on the side. Someone's offering you. I'm not offering you $1 million.
Yeah, okay,
but if
yeah.
someone's offering you $1 million, if you get it right, and the truth is in the envelope, they actually have
Yeah.
the actual truth. What would you pick?
Well, like,
What would you pick? You want to win the $1 million? Pick the one that's real.
well, who's off?
Ian, you've always been a deluded prick. Do you remember when you had those other people on? By the way, making a career out of it. No, I'm not. Just because everything you tried failed miserably, don't come here trying to mock anything I'm doing. Mr. fucking, yeah, I'm such a straight-laced guy. I'd never try and do anything. Did your knees hurt crawling back to Solid Blue Sister? Did that, that's a bit embarrassing, wasn't it? Like, and it was nothing to do with mocking my accent. It was the fact that you left about 1 million messages being a dick because I didn't address we see too far with somebody.
Offering it to me.
Well,
Is
let's
it
let's
you
say
or
the
is it-
government, not me. Let's say somebody
Jump
that
up.
absolutely God's here. God
God's
shows
here?
up,
Okay.
or somebody that absolutely has the undeniable truth about the world. What would you pick?
I just don't know if I can go for undeniable truth.
So what is the question is, what is your evidence of the globe? You have to have some evidence. JT, join this conversation, okay? You have to have, so this is a lovely student, Mark, that she interviewed Mark Sargent about the community. This is JT over here, right? JT, run Boston Bear, right?
Good, how are you?
And Joe Hanvey.
Joe Hanvey?
I'm Natasha.
Right.
Yeah.
So she interviewed Mark. She's talking about the community. She's a student, and I said, "Gun to your head, flat or globe?" And she's like, "Globe." And I asked her,
How
and she's right out,
convenient.
very honest. I said, "What's the reason?" And she basically said it's just a religious, it's just a belief that with no evidence, and,
Yeah.
and she doesn't care. So.
I mean, I guess the first fundamental question is, does truth matter?
Does truth matter here? Hold on, when you talk.
Does truth
Like
matter?
the truth in all things. Does it matter or not?
Yeah, if there is an absolute truth.
Pretty important. I mean, it's not a gotcha. I'm not.
I'd love to, yeah, you should jump up at some point. I'd love to ask you about the sports all being fake, even though you're the biggest fan of Celtic going, because that's really consistent. Cheers, Super Chat 999 from JD. Thanks from B-Ram. It's Bar-Ram. Cheers.
I'm trying to trick you.
No, I know.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about it.
Yeah, yeah.
I like, because what I've been talking about in regards to this a lot is like, how do we create truth? How do we know things to be true? And is there even a way? And so it's hard. I don't know. It's hard to say because I don't know if right now I feel like there's a way for me to say.
I don't know. I don't know why he does it. I don't know why they all do the background music. It's hilarious, though. It really gets you thinking, this black background music.
Yes, I know something to be true.
Well, there's different aspects of truth, right? Because you can have your truth about something, or I can have mine and like hold on to it and it not be like harmful in any way. Because you have a right as an individual to pursue life and happiness and joy, and you might not want to do this or that. But I guess when I ask, does truth matter? I mean like the truth on the subject that it can be found out about. Like.
Oh, really, Ian? So you never post about it then? So if I was to go to any of your social media now, there wouldn't be loads of posts about Celtic winning the league last year and stuff, no? Yeah. Honest as ever.
If we don't live on a spinning planet orbiting the sun, if that's a story that man made up because that's their understanding, and then somebody said, would you like me to share with you maybe what it could be?
Yeah.
And it's a different truth than what we were told when
Yeah.
we were like tiny kids, because that's what got me into it. I do believe there's a creator. I think all this is too fantastic and beautiful and precise and amazing for there not to be a creator. And I have my specific view on who that creator is, and I'm not here to argue with people religiously, but if there's a creator, and this is how I got my wife to even let me look into what is the truth, because she's a physician and she was in the Air Force, and a lot of this stuff has to do with like, yes sir, and to the authority, and don't.
Is this like a gang? Is this like a group now with Hanvey and FED and what's his other bloke's name? Angels of Shite. Is that a group now? Is it? I think they're a gang.
Get out of line. I said, if this loving, powerful creator made something artistically, infinitely in his power that wasn't this idea, if it was stable, fixed, enclosed in a firmament or hermetically sealed or just something different, I want to know what that is to honor him.
Yeah.
And so that's what began the journey for me 3.5 years ago. And then I hid behind a screen name like Run Boston Bear.
Right.
This was for me to be online and say, questions. What is this? What are you guys
totally.
talking about? I was so confused. Never knew my face would be coming out. I have a YouTube channel. Never knew I'd be public and even like professing.
This music is doing my fucking nutting. Honestly. Oh my God. This bird, she's pissed bored in the face. She's thinking, all right, mate, yeah, we're fair enough. Move on. I agree. Yeah, whatever. Whatever you say, I agree. Yeah, so let me tell you some more with this shit going on.
That it matters to seek truth, but now I realize that it's more foolish to hide and be nervous than to be bold and show your face and show who you are and your intentions. Because I could be wrong, but I don't think I am. I mean, once you look into the sciences, like interferometry is like using lasers to detect motion. Well, there's a lot of things to tell if we're moving at the speeds they say, because it should be 30 kilometers a second around the sun.
30 kilometers a second.
It's
You can't
really
even
fast.
fathom that.
Not at all.
You can't fathom it.
Yeah, I mean,
Right.
we could go deeper into it, but I say the best thing you can possibly do is hold on to the belief that we're on a globe and heliocentrism, or the whole thing we were taught.
I can't anymore. I'm moving on to something else. Let's have a look at Vikka, all right? For a laugh. There he is. Straight laugh. I can't listen to that shitty music anymore. Let's see what he's got to say. The further collapse of the final experiment. Thanks, Neil deGrasse Tyson. Here we go.
Hey, shout out to Matrix Reject for that awesome track. You can see him in the chats there. Do follow him on YouTube and on TikTok as Matrix Reject. And yes, guys, welcome back. Another week have passed on Heliopsychosis. This is your host, Vikka. Welcome, everyone. And yes, what an awesome conversation we have got today. Looks like
At least I know the thumbs down was from
Neil
there,
deGrasse
anyway.
Tyson has come again to save the
This
flat
was
earthers.
painful.
Right.
This was painful as well, was it? I mean, it usually is, let's be honest. I just wanted to see what he said about the further collapse.
Like he did it last time with that Red Bull jump, that it wasn't in space and that shit is flat and everything. So looks like maybe sometimes it sounds like maybe Neil deGrasse Tyson, maybe a
Mega Megan.
closet flat earther or something, right? So here we have again Neil deGrasse Tyson destroying TFE, right? So that's a really interesting thing we want to share tonight. For sure, we want all our people to be here as we do that. But we will do that in the last part of the podcast. But we also have in the middle of the podcast, we have something also very interesting, destroying the final experiment related to Mr. Dave McKeegan.
Oh, Dave, you in the chat?
And why Mr. Dave McKeegan? You all will love and see, and you're gonna connect the dots, right? So we have that in the second part. And in the first part, we have definitely, because last week we were we were reviewing the appearance of Dave Weiss on Vlad's channel, right? I just wanted to go a bit in it, a little bit, not too much, a bit in it. I want to share something. So yeah, get yourself a popcorn or get yourself whatever makes you comfortable, because tonight, yeah, we are on for a ride. So,
wow, can't wait, Vikka.
You got the link there up there. Anybody wants to jump in and add to the conversation is absolutely welcome. Minus the trolls and the globe earthers, because we want to try.
Everyone's welcome as long as they agree with everything I say completely.
To complete these 3 sections tonight, right?
This
I hope we
Mo.
don't go away on tangent with people. So yeah.
Nismo. Australian $20. I think that's Australian. Hi there, love your streams. Always a good laugh. Cheers, mate. Nice one. Thanks for watching.
Let's get into it. Again, shout out to Matrix Reject for the track. And all the tracks we play here, mostly the last few weeks, are from Matrix Reject. Alrighty. So I'm gonna play here.
And yeah, come on. So I drink 2 cups of this every day, man. And I tell you what, like, it's good. It's some good stuff.
Jumping back into, I think.
Oh, what? Why are they still playing this shit? This bloke's voice. I didn't realize he was on it again. Oh, my word.
December. This is before TFE was announced. So there's like, if I don't talk to you, it's like I'm hiding from it. But it's kind of just like when you guys have been asking for Austin's ticket for 8 months. The first he heard about it was a week ago Sunday. So you should, like, if you want to hear me talk about it, you have my cell phone number. You're in my phone book. You could actually call me.
Dave, you're right. 1, 2, real quick. So we clean this up. Witsit knew that we asked for his tickets.
You know what? Let's take him out of it. I retract the statement. I retract it. I don't even know what's going on with him. I'd like to see his ticket too.
Okay, fine, cool. Now, as far as you're concerned, my thing is, listen, okay, you're willing to talk about it. We can do something tomorrow if you'd like.
Well, I can't do something tomorrow. I'm going. I'm traveling and stuff. Here, can I just?
Yeah, Dave again with his traveling bullshit, right? He
What does Vikka believe now? Does he believe that Dave was travelling, or does he believe that he wasn't travelling because it got exposed by MC Toon, who he also thinks is a liar and is working with Dave? He needs to make his mind up what's going on, this bloke.
used this lie so many times that he doesn't even remember what he said. Is he traveling? Is he not traveling? I am traveling, but I'm not traveling. Holy shit. Oh, shout out to Downward Direction says Neil deGrasse Tyson send him to the ice wall. Oh yeah, he was there. He was there. He was and it's quite curious because he was there when this PSYOP team of TFE was there. So that's the best part. That's the best part. That's what we're gonna see.
It was all a psyop. We can't tell you how or why. I wonder if Ian's still in the chat. He knows everything. Ian, do you know why it was all a psyop? You're a man with his finger on the pulse.
Tonight. Really appreciate for that.
If anyone don't know Ian, it's Bahram you. Just he knows everything. He's got an answer. He's got all the answers. He's one of the brightest people in the world. And anybody that slightly disagrees with him is an idiot.
Super chat, bro. And yes, guys, there's a link there. If anybody wants to jump in, no trolls, please. Yep.
Summarize for you. You're upset at me because my story on how I met Duffy doesn't jive with what you heard from McToon and emails and everything that he exposed. Is that it? Is that the bottom line?
Part of that is it. Yes. Yes.
What's the rest of it? Tell me the rest so I can address it.
The rest, I don't know what the rest is because I didn't hear your
What
side.
are you upset at with? What are you upset with? I'm
Well,
over
my thing
Vikka.
is, okay.
You.
So,
Oi, Jimmy.
Oh yeah, this part we went the last time to a bit, right? Yeah. What's your take? What's your take, Vlad? Yeah, because Vikka is not buying it. What's your take? I have lied it. McToon came and showed us all the emails and all the phone calls, totally opposite to what he was saying, that he doesn't speak to demons, right? So yeah, I'm gonna.
Even they're laughing at that though. To be fair, these pricks. Yeah, he don't laugh at, he don't talk to demons. Ha ha, what a dickhead. But at the same time, none of these blokes talk to anyone either. He's just literally said, I'll talk to anyone, but not anyone that don't agree with me. And now Dave's doing the same thing. They're going to laugh at him because he calls everyone a demon.
Fast forward this a little bit.
Is how
I'm trying to remember. He says, hey, I think he said that he's looking into flat Earth and he thinks the Earth could be flat. He goes, but, you know, he's asking, I had a whole email chain with him, maybe 2 or 3 emails. And then he goes, my pastor or a pastor.
You see how Dave changed his thing? First, it was just one email. And after it was all came out, it's like just 2-3 emails and just like a couple of just voicemails, you know, and just a few conversations. That's it. That's it.
Thinks that the Earth is a globe and he'd like to debate you. And I said, I don't really do debates, but if he wants, we could have a discussion and he can come on. And I said our show because at that time I was doing a weekly show with Jaron and Alex Stein. And Jaron has 160,000 subs. I said, if he wants to come on and have a discussion, he said, that's great. Thanks. I'll pass it on to Will. I said, well, he can't call me if he's not in my phone book. So have him text me. Will calls me, goes to my voicemail.
And again, now the story is that he contacted him. Before he was saying, no, he contacts them, right? So he's always mixing it up, making more confusion.
I get the mail. I call him back. Will Duffy. First time I've ever heard this name, right? And he says, yeah, I'm a pastor. And he agreed. And he said, well, I said, we can do it.
That's a great comeback, Ian. You rocked me with that one. You think we live under a glass dome. Did you see it? I am curious, Ian. Because we got on at one point, right? I am curious. Did you? I bet you don't know anything about the final experiment, do you? And I bet if you know anything about it, I bet that you watched one debunk video saying that it's got to be the sun simulator or a laser in the sky. And that was good enough for you because you always do your own research. You don't bother looking at the debunks of the debunks or to actually speak to photographers or to see how it would be completely impossible to fake. But then I wouldn't be surprised if you don't even know what I'm talking about, because you're so deep in the research. But yeah, cheers for the attempt at rage bait. Nice one.
I said, but I can't do it.
And by the way, if we're going to talk about rage bait, you're the one sitting here in my live crying because I slagged you off on my podcast. I ain't in any of your stuff. I never ever was. No matter what you said about anything when we didn't agree on stuff, I never ever came to your stuff and wrote an essay about it or gave you any snarky fucking voice messages, did I? So let's not talk about who's crying about what. And you're welcome to jump in whenever you want to.
until I get back from Mexico. And he goes, well, it needs to be done by January, I don't know, 17th or 27th or whatever it was. And I said, well, I can't do it, but I got someone else that will do it. You know, like there's no, like he's white. No, he's not locked on to me. And I said, Austin Whitsitt for two reasons. One, I didn't want to do it. And I couldn't do it. And two, Austin's way better at it. And he said, okay, great. And I connected those two. And then I went kite surfing and I forgot about that interaction completely. I don't even think I watched the debate between him and Austin because I completely forgot about it. So that's what happened there. It happens all the time, every day. And then at the debate, we all went out to dinner. Keith was at that dinner and other people. There's tons of people there. And I couldn't even eat my fucking burger because so many people were coming up to me and introducing themselves to me. Now, I'm really thinking hard. I don't think Will Duffy came up to me because I think I would have remembered him from the picture or I don't even remember what it was before.
It don't really matter though, does it, Dave? Because everyone's got the recording of you having the conversation with him, haven't they?
Exactly. He remembers exactly the burger and which one exactly. Even today he was mentioning on TikTok, like he remembers the burger very well. He doesn't remember Will Duffy, and what he bought, what Will Duffy bought, right? With the same situation of him trying to get him here in the community and give him the exposure.
Or after, but I don't remember him. But the truth is, I don't remember 98% of the people I met.
That is the reason I was saying it was not lying about the flavor of an ice cream you ate, Dave. Yeah, it was about the guy who fucking really got this situation here with the whole division shit, right? If we go to the origin.
Gene there, and I didn't remember meeting him until he just brought up the details today. I'm like, oh yeah, we were standing by the table where I had the booth with Matt. And so that was my interaction, but I didn't know it was Will Duffy. Then the final experiment video, the emails came out.
Why does he still continue with this clear bullshit? I don't know why. Like people have heard the recording of the conversation and he's still pretending, that was nothing to do with me. People believe this bloke, like truthers believe this bloke. I agree with what Dr. Shiva said in that ridiculous thing that happened earlier this week. When he said about there's a lot of fuckery, basically not to paraphrase, but there's a lot of fucking real conspiracies, a lot of fuckery going on in the world, and people are taking their eyes off of that to look at this shit because people are fucking pushing this because it's like the biggest lie, and people like Dave have got to sell his app that Pratt's buy for fucking £4 or whatever, and fucking people are making a living out of it, and they can't let it go regardless of the Antarctic Treaty that everybody just ignored and went to Antarctica last week with two of the poster boys for Flat Earth that suddenly none of them believe anymore because they saw the circling sun over their heads and couldn't fucking deny it. This is insanely... The fact that people are still pushing this now blows my mind. It's either the religious indoctrination. When I first started looking at this topic, I wasn't 100% sure because I didn't know fucking anything about anything, right? But as time goes on, and if you're objective and just look at evidence, and I was, and still am to some degree, conspiratorial minded, if it didn't even bring me along for the fucking ride, I don't know how it brings anyone along for the fucking ride.
And now, if you think about it, instead of saying it's a military operation where I'm having a high-level dinner with these guys planning out a thing, know that didn't happen.
Now you see also he's mixing the things up, all right?
Hold on, I think I missed a super chat here.
Right?
Sorry.
That was related.
Ranting about Flat Earth Dave here. Did I do that one? I did that one. I did that one. I got one more here from Kango44. Just found your channel so good. I left the UK 20 years ago and listening to you, I remember why. I know, mate. It is a shithole here. Tell me about it, honestly, especially at the moment. I'm not a fan of any governments, but this one in particular is pretty fucking bad.
To the Wise file, right? That is all different thing, right? And all that restaurant on all your meeting and all the timing of the TFE coming out right after the month and you getting him there with Austin on Gerrans, right? For sure.
And it's just a random meeting. And now, as I've always claimed, this entire thing was targeted for me from the beginning. It was supposed to be me, take down the map, take down my app, take down Dave Weiss. He's waking up too many people. So they did.
If you just got a gift membership, who was that person? Let's see. To Zone Walt. Oh, hang on. Ian's got something else to say. Ian, why don't you just jump up, mate? For fuck's sake. Matt, ask yourself why you're wasting any time and effort on a brain-dead theory. I wouldn't waste time debating birds are not real or if the sky was red. Yeah, you would. If there was loads of people on the internet pushing that and it was fun to debate and people got really passionate about it and it was engaging and loads of people watched it and listened to it, yes, you absolutely would, Ian. You absolutely would. That's why you did conspiracies, because of the engagement that you would get from them, right? Whether you believe them or not. It is brain dead. And I notice you just completely, but then this isn't new for you. You completely dodged everything I just said about TFA. So either you don't know what it is or you cannot explain why it was fake. And Ian again. So Matt's a cuck, is he, if you demand it? I don't know what you're talking about there, Ian, but you would, if you saw me in person, you would never ever call me anything. And we both know that. So why are you doing it in the chat room?
This. And they were...
Yeah, we have heard Dave telling us this hundreds of times. It was for him, it was for him. Like, you should have gone. You should have gone in place of sending Jaren and Austin. They're regretting. Austin is really regretting, right? Jaren doesn't care. Why didn't you go?
Targeting me. Will had his proxy or whatever that guy, like, hey, you reach out to Dave, you be real nice, say you know this pastor, and he connected me with Will. I completely pawned it off because it just wasn't for me. I couldn't do it at the time.
You see, now he's bringing somebody else in the middle. Right now it was through somebody. What the fuck?
And that was it. So then they targeted me for months trying to get me to go. And I said, I'm not going, and nobody should go. Nobody should go. And then people disagree with that. Like, well, if we don't go, someone else is going to go. And I'm like, whatever.
Ian, is this what it's come down to for you, mate? Internet troll now. Oh, you're hard, Matt. You're so hard. Ian, if you saw me, you would piss more weight than you weigh. You scrawny little bitch. You wouldn't you wouldn't say a fucking word, but there you sit, hard man in the comment section calling me a cuck. You would never call me a fucking cuck in life, and you know you fucking wouldn't. So don't try and fool anybody or pretend that I'm the one trying to be hard. Let's remember, you're the one that's sitting in my chat trying to get attention. I'm sitting here doing a show. You're here because you're a baby and I slagged you off on a podcast and you're going to come here to pretend you don't care that I did. So why don't you at least be half a man and jump on the line now and tell me exactly what you think of me? Oh, yeah, I'm not triggered. I'm just reeling you in. Yeah, of course you are, Ian. Nothing I'm saying is bothering you, is it, you two-faced cunt? You fucking sports are all fake, and then you fucking go and celebrate Celtic winning a trophy. What sort of dickhead does that? Yeah, everyone that thinks sports ain't fake is a fucking moron and they're stupid and they need to wake up. Celtic won the league, yes! Give me a fucking break.
But that's the story. You guys are listening to
You ain't blocked on here.
McToon, and at the end of his show yesterday, Vikka and Sam were bragging that Dave Weiss's reign is ending because not only are the Globers after him, we're after him too.
Hey, speaking of cucks, how does what's her fucking name? Solid Blue's arse taste? You had to crawl back up it to get any attention.
Dave, we didn't give content to the Globers.
Any fucking listeners you ever had, I'll send you.
Of your meltdown, right? You created that wave of your meltdown that it reached even the Globers camp, right? Where they were having a ball with your meltdown. And it just happened that McToon had the emails and the voice clips which Will gave them because they just saw that you were lying straight up to the flat earthers. Right? That is the reason they put it out, right?
We love some action in here, though, don't we? Super chat, New Zealand dollars. I just enjoy all the fucking idiots. Dave Jism, Twatside, Alan Chap. And you just taking the piss is gold. I wish Sleeping Warrior was around. I don't even know who that was, to be honest. A lot of them I'm not even that up with. Like, when I do my podcast, which ain't that much anymore, really. Anyone want to slag Ian off, I'll do it then. But most of the time, I can't really be bothered with it. But this is what people seem to be talking about on YouTube still. In a way, I'm kind of over it. I'm not really, because it's quite funny, isn't it? But I do wish that when I did other topics, they did as well on here. Because Flat Earth is literally in the toilet, isn't it? Cheers for the super chat there, mate. Nice one.
What we want to say, no, it's fake. Maybe it's AI, right? This is what you want us to expect? No.
Right?
Wait,
So
wait, who's where?
I said that was Vikka and Sam. He said that, you know, that my reign, like what reign? Like my activism is over. It like it sounds like they're
Dave, we don't know what is happening, Dave. All this situation right from the TFE, from the time it started
That's all right, Megan. I am a fucking idiot. I don't mind.
to all the time during it and now, right? People don't know what the fuck is happening. Why? Right? And you gave us a perfect reason that there was nothing to hide for the initiation of the TFE, right? We didn't ask you to. You came here full blown up about the Wise files. And most of the people on the panel that day have not seen the Wise file. We were all speaking about the final experiment, the TFE. Right? Even Vlad, JJ, everybody was here. You were going again back to the Wise files, but we were all again and again speaking about TFE, about Will Duffy. And
Can't Vikka even get anyone on his panel on this show? Is he just carrying on his... He's usually got a panel full of people here, hasn't he? Fuck's going on?
the initiation of all this shit. But you were so much high in your meltdown that you
I
made
don't know
people
where my chat's gone
look
from my
into it again.
screen.
Why the hell
was here.
is Dave Wise lying
Let's
about
move
this?
it around
What
a
is there
bit.
to hide?
Fuck it.
You made people look into it. We were doing Dr. Shiva's thing, right? And in that clip, it just happened about the Will Duffy, and then it was about Dr. Shiva, right? But you came and
It's
put out
funny
a
that
spectacle here.
it's funny that they're panicking so much. This Dr. Shiva thing, because they know whatever experiments are going to come from that, they know that it will be just like TFE. It'll be just like TFE, where the flat Earth gets completely destroyed with flat earthers watching at the time live. Like, so they've got to make the excuse up straight away to not fucking just because otherwise they can't talk about it anymore. Oh, I don't know. I guess it gives me something to talk about, doesn't it? So long may it continue.
I don't know if it was a casualty or what, that this came out more, right? Will Duffy saying that it's David Wise, right? All this thing and all the meltdown in the same time, things came out. We were not looking into it. We were just analyzing it, right? And because of your meltdown, McToon showed the emails, showed the clips. And now how is your tone change here with Vlad?
working
right? As if nothing happened.
To take me down because I'm
Can't I ask a question here? I've just noticed someone jump in the chat here. Robert Williams. Are you the Robert Williams that comments on my podcast? There's a Robert Williams that gives me shit on my podcast. Is that you trolling?
a liar, right? I'm not a liar at all. I never lie about anything, but that's exactly what a liar would say. So
You see the double
Yeah, Dave Sky, I watched it. Yeah, I watched it on the...
talk? Yep.
I'm the only one that knows I'm not lying. You have to use your discernment to understand, to think about my story. Now, I bet you should
Or as Dubs would say, you got to ascertain what they're doing, right?
have Sam come on right after this, because Sam will say, the reason I have such a good story is because I'm lying. Because if I'm lying, I have to have a good story. I mean, the double talk that those guys were doing on that show yesterday was sickening to me. Sickening. And none of it is true. And if you heard I'm sure you...
Who is doing the double talk?
Arnold! The ascertain video. $5 from Arnold. I am a grown adult watching another grown adult laugh at grown adults who say the earth is flat. I'm an idiot and love all the rest of you idiots. Yeah, it is idiotic. We're all fucking dickheads, to be honest. It gives us something to do, doesn't it? Seems to be an audience for it, and you get plenty of people come through that you piss off. So everyone's a winner.
1 week you're here, I'm not involved, fuck you all, I'm not involved, I have nothing to do, he made it in your mind. And the next week he shows the email and the voicemail. Oh, what happened? What's the big deal, guys? What happened here?
You heard my rant the week before when I was yelling at Vic. I was a little heated and I was having a little fun. But he said he's named.
I was heated and have a little bit of fun. He was absolutely fucking crushed and really fucking pissed off. Just admit it. Even Ian came in earlier and I got pissed off. Because I do, because that's what Ian always does, comes in and makes snarky comments and will never actually have a conversation with you. So it does get under your skin a little bit, but I'm not going to pretend it doesn't. Dave, on the other hand, sitting there, I was just having a bit of fun. No, you was absolutely fucking pissed off during that conversation, Dave. Just accept it.
All these things, and I said, prove it. He couldn't, and he goes, well, what about the Weiss files? And I said, that piece of shit. I said, there's not a...
The Weiss files was crap, to be honest. Like, it was completely pointless when I reviewed that.
Oh yeah, because you were the one who was bringing up the Weiss files, right? Because I didn't even watch it till all that shit happened, right? He's gonna lie here again.
Name a single thing in there that's true, and you know why he didn't name a single thing? Do you know why? Because he hadn't watched it yet, but he's using it as evidence against me. Vikka.
Exactly. I haven't have seen it. How the fuck I'm gonna say about the Weiss file if I haven't not seen it? I was behind the TFE and the Will Duffy's meeting. And I was trying to get him back to the topic. And he was trying to go back to the Weiss file and try to tell all of us that we were calling him out for the Weiss file. He was the one who was giving more fuel to the Weiss files. If you see the whole thing of his meltdown, all of us who was on the panel, we were trying to come back to the TFE. We were and we are still pissed about the TFE. Right? But he wants to play a victim card here.
Yeah, FER is a fucking idiot. He is, isn't he? It's so funny. Like, when you watch it, like the way they all attack each other these days is fucking hilarious. But when you watch them all doing it, like, you can't. It's weird because you can't really side with, because they're all right, aren't they? Like, every one of them is right in the arguments. It's fucking hilarious.
Instead of showing that he's fucking caught lying. And say, these guys are calling me this because of the Weiss file and all this shit. No, we were fucking pissed about the TFE, and your meltdown brought all these things up.
So he's not watched.
Exactly. How am I going to fucking blame something if I haven't watched it?
The Weiss files yet when he used it as his proof that I'm a liar, right? That's a Glober move right there. Okay. Now, listen, I just explained it. If you have any clarifying questions, please ask me. But that's what happened. I'm over this. And if you can't understand my side, I'm sorry, I can't help.
Oh, yeah. He lied and everything, and my side is over. If you want to believe it. Right? Even though it's fucking a red flag, totally. As I said.
I haven't got a clip of him saying victim, but I think I'll get one. I think that's a good idea.
People wanted to believe you. Even I wanted to believe you. That it had nothing to do with Will Duffy. But doesn't look like, Dave. Doesn't look like. That it's nothing to do. Right?
Okay. Yeah, so here's my thing, Dave. You have to, if you haven't watched what Mattoon put out, if you have not.
I watched it. I watched it last night. I watched it.
Oh, I thought you didn't watch it.
No,
You see, in the starting, he said, I didn't. And then he said, yeah, I did. Then I skimmed through, right?
I watched it on Vikka's show. He played the whole thing 3 or 4 times.
You will never get truth out of David Weiss. He will come, he will do this, he will confuse people, he will double talk, and he will leave. This is what he does. Right? I said this, but I didn't say this. I mean this, but it mean that. Right? I did this, but it should have been that. Right? This is what you get from Dave Weiss. So, yeah. That was one of the things I wanted to show. So.
A girl, one of his friends.
Let's hear it.
What?
All right.
I love. Oh God.
Holy
I love
shit.
I love how it's just always so organised with his tech. Is this, if you had to still man the firmament, what's your best interpretation or description? To still man the firmament, DT, whatever the fuck, C3PO. What your firm, what you believe. Glass dome put there by God to keep the waters above out and to so as you can have pressure. That's what you would say, right? Because you don't believe in gravity at all. Oh, Vikka, you're pissing me off. Sort out your tech! Jesus Christ.
Thing, right? We all, if you skim through all this, we were all on TFE. We were all about TFE. He was the one who was bringing up the Wise files, right? So he's straight up lying, right? If you see, if you listen here to.
Guy, and when I a bunch of shit about me, about Dr.
What
Shiva.
made up? This is not my video.
Vikka, I'm talking now, all right? You made up shit about me about Dr. Shiva. You made up shit about me about fucking Antarctica. You made up shit about me and Duffy. You're making up shit. And in that fucking documentary that he made, it's very well edited, by the way.
Oh, there's is they playing that Dave? They're playing Dave when he was just messing around there. That's what he just said.
I don't think he did it himself, but that's you know, I have no proof of that. Name one fact in that thing that you're willing to stand behind, and you can't. It's like saying name one fucking proof of the globe. You can't, because it's not. There's not a single truthful statement that has any evidence in that documentary, and the fact that you are citing it as proof, and you can't name a single fact in there, shows that you're a disingenuous
The biggest fact.
fuck.
Yeah, like the way he's exploding, and then after 2 days, McToon was showing all these things, right? What happened, Dave? You were shouting so much. Where is the proof? Where is the proof you guys are speaking about that I have something to do with Will Duffy? Now that the proof is there, yeah. What are you guys upset about? All right. The biggest fact is the way you were acting during the TFP, right? This is the biggest fact.
Fuck you. You guys don't like criticism. People tell me I'm wrong sometimes, and I go, please explain how. And I was like,
You never do that. No flat earthers ever do that, ever. Even the wrongest of the wrong. Even the most clueless of the clueless. They will never say, oh, sorry, I didn't know I was wrong about that. It's just, they would never, ever do that.
you know what? You're right. I'm not going to talk about that anymore. I'm going to retract that, right? I point out you guys are wrong, and you just fucking double down, okay? You fucking double down.
I don't think we mind criticism. Let's just do it on a respectful level, Dave.
Well, you guys for the last fucking 6 months have been mentioning my name in every fucking time and just making lies about me, unsupported bullshit.
Well, that kind of comes with the territory, brother. You know, you're.
Why are you getting so emotional, Dave? Dave, why are you getting so emotional?
I'll tell you why I'm emotional.
That's just Dave having a bit of fun. Come on, that's what he said.
Because Vikka, I thought you were a fucking friend. I supported you. I promote your shit. I talk about. I've done more for Flat Earth than probably anybody at this point. And
very true.
And all I get is fucking other Flat Earthers going after me.
So
all right. Shut up, I'm talking.
All right, but you know.
Shut up, I'm talking. Kango 44, nice one. Before the internet, these twats would just be wandering around town shouting mad bullshit or just mumbling in the corner of a Weatherspoon or Weatherspoons and flashing people in the park. Yeah, probably. I mean, they're all a bit fucking weird, aren't they? The ones, I mean, I've got a lot of respect, a lot more respect than I ever thought I'd have for the people that when TFE happened and it got massively debunked, that walked away. At least they had something about them to say, you know what, I was looking for the truth. It looks like I was wrong. Even if they're not going to admit it publicly, people like Caleb and stuff just walked away. And respect for that. But people like this, like everything's... Firstly, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It completely works anyway. And then it's like, it does matter. They didn't go. And then it's like, well, some of them went, but some of them didn't. The shadows were wrong. Oh, it was CGI. It was the sun simulator. Jesus fucking Christ. Weatherspoons is a pub chain here in the UK.
I want to fucking continue, dude. What the fuck? Yeah. You are one because your way you are acting, bro. You are saying 3 months we were having your, you know how many, you know what we were reviewing? We were reviewing fucking Jaren's debate and all this shit. Who the fuck told you that we were speaking about you 3 months? The last fucking 2 weeks we were speaking about. What's the problem? We cannot fucking see and what is up to Dr. Shiva shit. And now you are saying 3 months we are speaking about what the fuck?
You don't know the story.
Dave, you need to fuck. Yeah, speaking about Dr. Shiva, yeah, it's not that we left Dr. Shiva out. We just gave a break for this week because we wanted to cover tonight's, all right, awesome findings, if you want to call it like. This is called pulling of the strings, right? This is the thing. these things dismantle by itself. The collapse, once it start, it just collapses by itself. That's what is happening, right?
I don't know what Vikka. Again, I'm going to ask people here. I'm going to do this super chat from Macca first. Cheers, Macca. Nice one. Just want to contribute. We'll watch later. You never ever here for these, Macca. As long as you enjoy watching later. But you should probably, when you watch later, especially today, you should probably read the chat as well as you're watching, as it goes. Because it's been a pretty funny one today, thanks to Ian. You can always rely on Ian to make you some money. Cheers, Ian.
You can relax, Dave. Dave, you need to relax. You don't know what the fuck you're speaking on different podcasts. With so many podcasts that you are doing, you don't know shit, don't remember shit. Where you are making shit up. We were speaking the other day about the depth, about Will Duffy, and you're saying they're saying I have depth. You need to relax, right? I know age can make a difference, bro. I understand. You don't fucking remember what you're speaking on different podcasts.
Yeah, I know, Macca. I always do my streams at I can't do them in the middle of the fucking night because of my real job. So I have to kind of do them at these times, and it's not really convenient for people in the UK, unfortunately. But thanks, mate.
And he took that same excuse. Dave took this same excuse when he went to Vlad. Yeah, I don't remember things. That is the reason it happened. Wow, Dave. Nice one. Get it.
Get the
All
fuck
right,
out
so
of
you
here.
need to
Vikka,
fucking relax.
You're wrong. You don't have.
When you say the truth, get the.
Unfortunately, I think they have. I think they have covered Dr. Shiva already. I think they did before this one. I don't know why he's covering this one again, because this is further collapse of. This is called. I put this on because this is called further collapse of the final experiment, thanks to Neil Degrasse or Dear Ass Tyson. That's what he's called it. So I thought maybe Neil deGrasse Tyson said something that they think is debunking something, and I thought it'd be quite funny to watch and take the piss out of. But he's not touching. He's still talking about fucking Dave from weeks ago here. Don't know why.
Get the fuck out of here.
Have any evidence for anything you say about me, right? You have no evidence of anything you say about me. None, right? Right? Look, Vikka, how far is the sun? Can you answer that? You won't make a claim on how far the sun is because you have no fucking evidence, but you'll make fucking claims about me that you have no evidence.
But why you want to be the center of attraction, bro? We are just
center of attraction, not attention.
This is what I mean. I meant center of attention, right? I would correct myself.
Yes.
Why he wanted to be the center of attention.
Center of attraction is gravity.
He's everywhere, right? We are just all we were behind Dr. Shiva. We were behind TFE. All right, that's what we were doing, and you came and you created a spectacle here, right?
I'm the fucking one out here trying to wake people up on a consistent basis.
No, because the way you're still fucking acting, you are going there on different channels and you're saying, yeah, well, that these people are speaking about Dr. Shiva. What the fuck? We are just reviewing the fucking video.
I've never talked about fucking Dr. Shiva on another podcast. What the fuck are you talking about?
So Dave, I'll tell you exactly why you're probably still getting a lot of heat. And I'm a bit, just keep it real with you. So when you came on a few months after, or it was probably a month after the final experiment, right? When you came on and what's his name was here? Keith was here. Vikka. That's when I started coming on the Vikka show and everything. You were defending it hard. You even went as far as
wait. Hold on.
Oh, Vikka, where does Neil deGrasse Tyson come into this? I can't watch this again. Here we go. There's Vikka talking bollocks. I found a bit here. Oh, Vikka. Why doesn't his stream work? This is chaos. Is this how bad StreamYard is now? I was showing Will Duffy here.
Not even McToon, but before was Dave McKeegan.
Oh my god.
Right. Am I too loud? Sorry.
This guy's got followers.
Yeah. Because as I said, when we start pulling with the strings, things come out. All right. So let's see. Oh, I'm gonna try again here if I can.
Matt ain't having any tech issues. This prick is trying to find clips on this video where he's not fucking lagging and fucking about. Listen to the background. He's only got a fucking mic.
One moment. I'm gonna...
What the fuck is that? Jesus Christ, what is he doing? This bloke is... Does he do this? How does he make any money doing this? Look, it's gone off now.
Fake thing for the golden ticket, right? It was fake.
Golden ticket was fake as well.
Golden
ticket was fake as well.
But the same thing with this fake, like Paul, right? He already had Dave McKeegan before doing this poll, right? We will come to know why.
Trailed. Now, as we did with the other Dave Weiss, Flat Earth Dave, we ran this poll asking people if they thought Dave McKeegan would accept an all expenses paid trip to Antarctica for the final experiment. Now,
what have Dave McKeegan got to get that free ride? Right? We all know Jaron.
What did Dave McKeegan do to get the free ride? John, I need to explain this to you again, Vic. I'll explain it for other expert flat earthers that don't know what they're talking about in the chat as well. Let me start from the beginning. So people were arguing ridiculously about the shape of the earth, right? And it became a big thing on the internet, and it became a big money thing, especially for flat earthers. And then this guy with a bit of money decided to come along because he was quite annoyed with the conversation, and he decided to put out a poll and fund himself a trip to Antarctica for one flat earther voted for by the flat earth community because they're truthers and they're interested in the truth, and one anti-flat earther or a debunker, and that they had to have X amount of subscribers and be quite well known, etc. Let's just explain this from the beginning in case Vikka ever watches this and decides to cover it so he knows the full story. David Weiss won the poll for the flat earthers and refused to go because he doesn't care about the truth and he wouldn't be able to sell his app because he knew the sun would never set in Antarctica. So it went down to Jaron, who also didn't really want to go, then was paranoid about going on his own. So then he said he'd go if Whitsitt was allowed to go with him. They then arranged that. But on the other side, Dave McKeegan came top of the poll and just accepted to go, of the first two that Will was going to pay to go. They then went and did the golden ticket and all the rest of it, and other people then funded themselves to join the trip. That's what happened. I don't understand why Vikka thinks that it's suspicious that Dave McKeegan got a free trip. So hopefully that clears it up for him.
Because he was a part of the victim, so he had to be paid. But from the Globe side, the first person was Dave McKeegan. Right? Why?
Because he won the poll.
I want to preface this with something, which is that I've never heard Dave McKeegan talk about wanting to go to Antarctica or planning to go to Antarctica. In fact, I don't think I've seen all of his videos. I don't even remember him ever mentioning Antarctica in a video before. So please keep that in mind when someone offers you something like this and you've never really had a desire to go or never talked about it or never thought about it. It is a very big decision. Now, as you'll notice in the poll that we asked people if they thought Dave McKeegan would accept this free trip to Antarctica, the results were swapped with what they were for Flat Earth Dave. And a whopping 90% of people believed Dave McKeegan, on the other hand, would accept a free trip, unlike Flat Earth Dave, who turned that trip down. The polling results did surprise me. On one hand, you've got Flat Earth Dave, who's been saying for years he wants to go to Antarctica and that he would fly there if presented the opportunity. You've got people saying, no, he's not going to accept a free trip. And then you've got, on the other hand, Dave McKeegan, who I've never heard talk about Antarctica and I doubt was ever planning on going. And people think overwhelmingly that he will accept a free trip. So I am happy to announce that Dave McKeegan has said yes. He will represent Team Globe in Antarctica this.
So you guys are hearing it, right? McToon had to crowdfund himself, right? But the main guy, Will Duffy, wanted to pay is Dave McKeegan. And he's so glad he got him.
December. This was easy. It was the first person we asked on the Globe side. And so now that's good. if you're just new to the Final Experiment channel, I'm going to be personally paying for one globe earther and one flat earther to go to Antarctica this December to see whether or not there is a 24-hour sun, a midnight sun in the south in the southern summer. And so we're working through trying to figure out who that person will be.
And you guys remember, everybody was saying, even the Globers and even the Flat Earthers, right? Dave McKeegan didn't sleep. Austin, he was sleeping. Jaren, he was sleeping because they had their spliffs, right? And their vapes.
Dave McKeegan in the chat now. Listen to this, Dave. Vikka doesn't understand why you ever went. Well, how come you got a free trip? I don't know why. I've just fully explained it, but he's still struggling.
Comes in many flavors, right? So these guys were sleeping. Who was the main guy who was in charge for the data? Mr. Dave McKeegan.
We invited 24 globe earthers and 24 flat earthers. And the first person we asked on the flat earth side has declined. So we're moving on down the list. And now the first person on the globe earth side has accepted, which is Dave McKeegan.
Right? Out of Simon Dan, out of everyone, McToon, out of all the guys, Professor Dave, only Dave McKeegan was selected by the poll. The shenanigans of Will Duffy. Just showing it's so legit. We're having poll for everything, right? We're not just doing shit like that.
And based on our voting, a majority.
I've got an idea for you, DT2. If you are, I'm going to bring this up because this sort of thing annoys me because he will say this and it looks a respectable thing to say, but he probably doesn't mean it. And this is what problem with a lot of flat earthers, including young Ian, who was here earlier on. They would never actually go away with anything you told them and look at it because they've already got their conclusion and they're already the smartest person in the world. So let's just read this out to hold him to account the next time he comes, because I'm going to make a suggestion as to what he can do here. I will say I don't deny or believe the 24-hour sun. Honestly, looking for more data to confirm it. I've been looking through and getting atlases and geography stuff and exploration of the South books. I will suggest to you, I know you think he's a shill, and everyone's a shill, and it doesn't matter. But Jaren actually went. Jaren posted a video a couple of days ago, 11-month anniversary or something of the Antarctica trip. And on it, he does many, many, many demonstrations of exactly how the sun works and exactly how the sun could never work on any flat earth model. So go be intellectually honest and watch that video. And the good thing about Jaren is you won't get bogged down with science and stuff. He does it in layman's terms that anybody can understand, and you should go watch it. And you should go see exactly how fucking impossible it would be on any kind of flat earth. Any kind of flat earth. And how it perfectly matches the globe. Perfectly. Without any doubt whatsoever. Flat earth is just wrong. And if you are genuinely curious, go watch that video. And then you should be in no doubt. If you're still in doubt, you're not curious. And that's if you just want to ignore the 24-hour fucking live stream, not live stream, 24-hour real-time video that's all over YouTube that Dave's got on his own channel there.
Majority of you should be very happy with that decision. I do have a little bit of bad news specifically for Dave McKeegan. And I hate to tell you this, but you're going to have to go and leave Rusty behind. I'm sorry. I wish he could join us, but he won't be able to join us. I think he'll be okay for the week or so that we'll be in Antarctica. But anyway, wanted to give everybody this big announcement. All
right, come on. What's your evidence,
Here is one
Vikka?
of the reasons why Dave McKeegan was selected. Yeah. He's into professional photography. Right? And videography.
Yeah. Do you think you're exposing something there?
Yes. Dave McKeegan.
This is desperation. This is so fucking weird. We've discovered that he's a photographer.
Worked at a Cube Online UK as a photographer from September 2016 to October 2017. His employment history is listed in the LinkedIn profile. Alrighty. So there it explains what.
My God, I never knew. That's changed everything for me. I don't know about you lot.
What the cube does, right? This cube do virtual tours, virtual 360 tours. That's what this cube does. So you have Dave McKeegan, specialist in 360 virtual immersive cube and studio production.
So is he going to make a point with this? I don't know. I've got to speed him up, this prick.
Yep. That is the truth.
What? So what? Everyone knew this. He's a bit slow, isn't he, Vikka? Like, surely all of the flat earthers, that they all knew this anyway, right? This was his secret.
360 virtual tours, right? This is just an example in London.
And DT, here we go. And this is exactly what I expected. Even if this is all 100% true, this is a celestial observation. Flat Earth is the ground. The sky also indicates a geocentric stationary Earth. So if you invoke TFE, you have to now argue against geo. I don't give a fuck. You were talking about the shape of the Earth. If you want to say it's a sphere, but it's geocentric, you're halfway there. Drop the flat Earth. That's what I'm saying. Start to do real research. Stop listening to Eric Dubay and all of these other pricks that all of you pretend you don't listen to and that you've never heard of. Stop listening to these dickheads. The sky has to work. If the ground is flat, the sky cannot just be magic. It has to work with the ground. It works perfectly with a globe. It cannot work on any flat Earth. And it never could. The sun's irrelevant. The points of rotation already debunk it. None of you care about that. The sun has now been seen by two of your former heroes, and you still don't care about it. It's so fucking weird that you call yourself truthers and you don't fucking care. So fucking weird.
Of a similar cube, which almost takes you to the Titanic. It's like an immersive experience of Titanic. So this kind of virtual tour can be of anything. That is one of the main reasons Dave McKeegan was the first guy. That is the reason Dave McKeegan was in charge of all the production and especially the post-production. So you can see that cube, you can see those angles, you can see those seams.
Voyage, the legend of the iconic ship lives on, not just through books or films, but now through immersive technology. A groundbreaking exhibition titled The Legend of the Titanic has just docked in London, inviting visitors into a 120-minute journey through time. The experience uses a mix of 360-degree visuals, virtual reality, and metaverse simulations to retell the tragic story of the Titanic. Guests begin by witnessing dramatic scenes of waves crashing and
DT2, as the only flat earther that I'm aware of in the chat, someone's removed their dislike for me. Thanks, Max. Maybe I've won someone over here. Wasn't Ian. But if you, as you're the only flat earther in the chat, when you see things like this from Vikka Dravis, does this make sense to you? Like, do you think that this is what they did?
the ship sinking inside a full projection room. Through VR headsets, they are transported to the...
Vikka.
Oh yeah, the Serena Hamilton says his production is not professional at all. Exactly, that's why he fucked up. That is the reason we caught the seam here live. And then Austin tried to blur it, right? Because they all left it on Dave McKeegan. And Dave McKeegan, he thought he did a great job, right? But the cube is showing.
Davey did a great job, according to him.
That it's a production, right? It's a post-production shit, right? That's why he was in charge. That's why he had that free trip. That's why he didn't have to crowdfund like McToon, because he had the skills. But still he failed. because he's trying to deception to play around with people, right? And people have eyes to see. That is the reason we caught that scene. That is the reason I am showing you all this cube example.
Yeah, I know this is exactly right. TFE is fake because Dave McKeegan did photography. It's fucking shit. Oh my word. Kango, so generous tonight. Kango 44, 5 New Zealand dollars. I've been to that and you can see MC Toon and Jism, Jerenism that is, walking about on the Titanic. Exactly, yeah, mate. That's what I saw. MC Toon was calling Nathan Oakley from the Titanic, I remember. That's exactly what happened. I don't have as many technical problems as this prick now, Vikka.
It's raining like hell here right now. I hope my coverage don't screw it up.
That's a good idea. Jesus! What is this fucking background bollocks noise now? Where is he? I'm going to make up some more mods here while I've got a minute. I'm sitting here. Unfornicated. Who else is always in here? Arnold. Mod him up. Anyone else want to be a mod? Oh, manager's a flat earther, I think, isn't he? Dave. Modded. Do CSM. Let's watch on with this ridiculous Jesus Christ.
What does that corner of the cube look like, guys?
Yeah.
Do you guys remember the corner of the cube there?
That looks just like it, as far as I'm concerned.
Then we caught them red-handed here.
Yes.
And Austin blurring it. Austin smudged it. Right? Because Dave didn't do his job properly. No. The seams were there.
I mean, he's got a point. To me, that looks just like TFA. Like when you look at that, and then if I was to pull Dave's video, so-called video of the 24-hour sun up right now, and put them next to each other, I literally couldn't tell you which was which. That's the problem.
Because it's a post-production shit added to it.
And what do I see? So the cool thing about this is you can zoom in on the screen. Can you see it? So running right up here, a right angle all the way across, and it looks like things converge into this corner. And if you look at down here, right, this line runs all the way from almost this camera. Okay, so let's zoom in out again. Let's zoom in. And when you zoom in, I mean, the corner is completely obvious. There it is.
You'd think as he's just exposed Dave as being a photographer, you'd think Dave would have faked this a bit better.
The corner in the screen comes all the way up. And again, this is I noticed it like 51 minutes into the video, and now
Cygnus.
at 52 minutes and 6 seconds. It's just obvious that there is a right angle and a blue line that cuts all the way up and across. Okay, and I'll just bring it down so it's better in screen on my camera here. That runs all the way across, all the way across, all the way across. And they must have blended it better down the other side there, but you can see it ends up right there. See it?
Yeah, you guys see the seam, right? We did maybe a few podcasts on this and how this.
What, you want a link for this? Shall I stick it in the chat now? Or do you want me to send it to you? If you go to Vikka's channel, it's his latest video. That's the easiest way of doing it. But yeah, I could send you the link if you want, Dave.
Smudged it. You see the angles of the seams, right? It's the same shit. It's the same shit as the cube.
I don't know.
There you have it.
Arnold.
There you have it. The reason Dave McKeegan was there right from the beginning. There you have it. Why he was in charge of all the production.
Yeah, this is the reason. That looks just like Union Glacier to me. Where's the mountain in that?
because he have experience.
I'm gonna link this quickly for Dave. Hold on a second. Just gonna drop it in the chat over here. There you go. Back down. Not to there.
In virtual tours of creating virtual environments. He know the nitty gritty of where everything should be. Even like this, he fucked it up. That's why we caught the seam.
Hold on a second. I think I've got another super there. Arnold, $5. Why do flirts all insert the entire microphone into their mouths? Because they're fucking idiots. That's why. They don't even know how to use microphones. No worries, Dave. Oh, Vikka. People sit and watch this. I've got him on like 1.25 speed. I'm still finding it unbearable
almost
to
the second
watch.
part. We already done with the second part. I don't know. You guys believe what you want to believe, but this is what
Thanks, will do.
It shows, right? Professional photography post-production was added. And why they need the post-production? Especially for the sun. Especially for the 24-hour sun. They need that post-production virtual reality shit, right?
Virtual reality.
So we're going to be playing the next part, the final part of the podcast about Neil deGrasse Tyson. Again, helping flat earthers, right?
I'm going to give you a tip, Vix. Right, when you do a live stream, like what I do, if I'm covering other people's stuff, which is what I generally do, is you get a few tabs, you just put them across the top so you can flick between one and the other, and they're all lined up at the point that you need them to be lined up at. What the fuck are you doing? Honestly, you do this. You've been doing this longer than me, and you don't know how to do it.
The curious thing is, Neil deGrasse Tyson was on a tour to Antarctica in the same time as these TFE clowns. So why, right? Why the hell these guys were there in the same time? What is the reason they had to be there in the same time? I'm going to play a video here. Video file. Let's see, I can play this already.
On the frontier of exploration of Earth's surface, and how the environment was so hostile to anything that they were accustomed to in Europe or anywhere else in the world.
Jesus Christ. Why has he got his name underneath? Is this his thing that he's put together with this stupid fucking music? I don't get it. The sun. So, was Neil deGrasse Tyson down there? I heard he was gonna be around that, but he, like, why would he have been? Dave, did you bump into Neil deGrasse Tyson while you was on your travels down there? By the way, just need to know this, right? I can't be doing with this. I'm going to mute this video because I can't deal with this ridiculous music. So when I see his thing start lighting up again, I'll switch it back on when I can see him talking to see what he says about this. The sunset. Oh, there he is. Iron Neil deGrasse Tyson says the Earth's a pear. Neil. Dave says Vikka thinks it's strange that Tyson was on a boat. It's It's strange to him that a different person was hundreds of miles away on a different mode of transport. Oh yeah, that's exactly.
Far enough south for the sun to never set, but the sun didn't get very low below the horizon. It was like persistent twilight throughout the night. So it never really got dark. To visit a place I've never been before, the voyage took place like the last 10 days of December, basically. That encloses the solstice, the December solstice. And so we weren't far enough south for the sun to never set, but the sun didn't get very low below the horizon. It was like persistent twilight throughout the night. So it never really got dark. And so we weren't far enough south for the sun to never set. And so we weren't far enough south for the sun to never set, for the sun to never set, for the sun to never set.
God almighty. Ah, fucking hell. I don't think I can. The thing that jars me the most about this is there be flat earthers going, Neil deGrasse Tyson says the sun does set. Vikka Dravis told me so.
For the sun to never set?
Draziv. I could keep calling him Drazzy. Is his name Draziv or Draviz? I don't even know what his name is. Who cares?
Alrighty.
Cock, his name is.
Not far enough south for the sun to never set. That means that the sun did set in Antarctica.
Yeah, that's what it means.
Right? They were in Antarctica.
Neil deGrasse Tyson says the sun set in Antarctica. So Vikka believes that. Because Neil deGrasse Tyson would totally go on with the intention of debunking the globe for Vikka to... and put it on video so Vikka... and in the hopes that someone like the brains of fucking the world Vikka wouldn't come across this and make a stupid video out of it.
And he says they were not far enough south for the sun to set. Right? That's from Neil deGrasse Tyson, who was at the same time in Antarctica. Right? Which Antarctica were they in?
Which Antarctica were they in? That's what I've always wondered.
Where the sun did set. Yeah. No, this is not an AI generated video, right? This is from Neil deGrasse Tyson's trip.
And we definitely believe it. Anything else Neil deGrasse Tyson says we definitely don't believe, but this one, we'll go with it. This is the total truth.
In December 2024. Right? And he's straight up saying it was the solstice and where they were, the sun
says
did set. He also mentions that there was twilight. The sun was below the horizon, but there was still twilight. Maybe a bit more twilight than what these people saw in Punta Arenas. We'll listen to it again.
Didn't get very low below the horizon. It was like persistent like the last 10 days of continent rather than just one of the islands.
I didn't see the other. Robert Williams is he still in here? Because I asked him a question earlier on. Because this is Daniel Williams, Super Chat New Zealand dollars $3.49. 7 layers of paint make planes go fast. That was Flat Earth Dave's claim, all right? when he was talking to me. But the other, I want Robert, I think it was Robert Williams, if he's still in here. Does anyone know Robert Williams?
Off on the peninsula. I don't know. But it was hilarious. The voyage took place like the last 10 days of December, basically. That encloses the solstice, the December solstice. And so we weren't far enough south for the sun to never set, but the sun didn't get very low below the horizon. It was like persistent twilight throughout the night. So it never really got dark. To visit a place I've never been before, the voyage...
So he's saying the sun didn't set. And Vikka is using it as evidence that the sun did set. Now that's some flat earth thinking there.
Took place like the last 10 days of December, basically. That encloses the solstice, the December solstice. And so
all right, I didn't say that. Cheers, big fish.
For the sun to never set, but the sun didn't get very low below the horizon. It was like persistent twilight throughout the night. So it never really got dark.
So, the twilight was there. We could even call it the daylight. right? But no 24-hour sun. There is no 24-hour sun. You are hearing it right from your own guy. That he didn't see a 24-hour sun.
He literally just said he did.
For him, the sun did set.
He literally didn't say that.
In Antarctica.
Didn't he just say the sun was above the horizon, it didn't get dark? But it was sort of just above the horizon. Did he just say that, or am I wrong?
So there you have it for the TFE team. Will Duffy, Austin Whitsitt.
Oh, did he say the sun did set? So if the sun set, but how long did it set? This is what they won't talk. So if they're going to say that Neil deGrasse Tyson said the sun did set, did it set for minutes? Did it set for an hour? So if he went further south, what would have happened, do they believe?
Jaren, Dave McKeegan, McToon. There you have it. Your own guy saying he was in Antarctica in the same time like you guys were there trying to put up a deception. And he was there and he says...
Oh, he was there. You believe him?
The sun did set in Antarctica where he was.
He said twilight, didn't he?
You guys are fucking lying that you saw a 24-hour sun, including Austin. You can play this clip.
Yeah, so permanent, so twilight. It wasn't far enough, so it was twilight. He said it didn't ever get dark. That's what he just said. Because he wasn't far enough south.
20 times if you want. And you think if I'm making this shit up, go and look it by yourself. Neil deGrasse Tyson's trip to Antarctica.
I've just looked at it on your one and he didn't say what you're saying, he said. Which is strange. Imagine that. Imagine a liar.
And so we weren't far enough south for the sun to never set. And so we weren't far enough south for the sun to never set.
Super chat, €2.49. Danderman, Vikka is such a stupid muppet. Now my brain hurts. I'll get you. I do get you.
For the sun to never set. For the sun to never set. For the sun to never set.
My God. The things that excite them. It was a permanent stage of twilight. There you go. It's set. He was definitely there. We believe his footage. Wow.
Exactly.
Thank you. I'm glad you agree with me.
They were not that far from where this another clown show team was, right? I don't know if it's a casualty or it's a nature or it's the creation that all this thing happened when all these people were there. They cannot even say, no, it happened because one year, Neil deGrasse went and the other year we went and it was different. We saw it, but they didn't see it. No. Same time. A high quality 4K documentary of Neil deGrasse Tyson telling you all. So stop making shit up about TFE, right? It was a fucking psyop. There is no 24-hour sun. There might be daylight, but not as...
And I believe him because Neil deGrasse Tyson is at the absolute beacon of truth now. Vikka Dravis will listen, Draziv will listen to Neil deGrasse Tyson when it matters. When it agrees with him to some degree, even though he just said it was twilight and not dark.
You guys want everyone to believe that there's a South Pole and there's a sun going above your head in 360 degrees. Not happening, guys. What have you guys got against this testimony of Mr. Neil deGrasse Tyson in 4K?
Mike Tyson went there and said it didn't set. So there's my evidence. I'm not going to show you it. Because I never saw Mike Tyson's tickets, to be fair.
In 4K. Right? Even Neil deGrasse Tyson's son was there and his girlfriend too, right? Enjoying the trip. Free trip. Right? Taking a ship from Ushuaia. And all the way going to the islands and to the peninsula.
Fuck's sake. What is this shit? Right. What did I do? I've done it. I'm just going to do an hour and I was going to do an hour unless I got a super chat goal. I did get the super chat goal because I've done an hour and did hour and a half. Now it's hour and 45. I think I'll call it a day there. I'm expecting a call from my boy who's currently in Spain, so I'm going to make sure I'm ready to take that call. So I'm going to get off of here, and cheers everybody for the super chats. Hopefully I haven't missed any, did I? No, that was the last one. Cheers everybody. I'm going to play you out with the Vikka song. But I've got his surname wrong in it by the looks of things. But I'm going to play you out with that. So hopefully, if you didn't catch it earlier, you can catch it now. Thanks, everybody. Catch you next time. See you later. Thanks for the support.
They call him Vikka, drive his sunglasses 24/7, long dark hair just like a girl. Thinks he's Neo from the Matrix. Oh dear. He's just Vikka, drive his, thinks he's Neo from the Matrix, but he's just Vlad's bitch. He's just Vikka, drive his, thinks he's Neo from the Matrix, but he's just Vlad's bitch. Flat earther thinks everyone lies. Other flat earthers, he thinks they're spies. Pretends to be a truther, he talks about freedom, but does whatever Vlad says, he's his bitch. He's just Vikka, drive his, thinks he's Neo from the Matrix, but he's just Vlad's bitch. He's just Vikka, drive his, thinks he's Neo from the Matrix, but he's just Vlad's bitch. And there's his little buddy, goes by a double J. He's got a pathetic beard, he thinks he looks like a sage. Well, just like his buddy, he thinks he knows the truth, but he does whatever Vlad says, he's his bitch too. They're just Vikka, drivers, thinks he's Neo from the Matrix, but